Hello and welcome back to Burning Empires. Now, in the previous episode, we actually did win a tournament and gain a tile horse. And now, this is obviously fantastic, as you can see right here. It has some wonderful charge damage, great HP, maneuverability is fantastic too. The only thing that is slightly worse than what I'm currently riding on is the speed, which is very surprising, I guess, considering the maneuverability is so much better. But what we're going to do is we're probably going to be using it. Yeah, a bit surprising, I think, for me to use it straight away, but I think it's probably worth it. Anyway, there is a reason why I'm here, and I actually would like to try and see if I can purchase some better armor. Okay, never mind. Alright, yeah. Apart from that, there is also another tournament going on. Okay, we're going to get Judgment. Judgment is not a great weapon. It's okay, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely fine as a mace. It's just got, well, pretty short reach, but it's decent for a mace, you know? It's decent for a mace. So it's pretty good, but otherwise, not really something that I'm going to use. So we're probably just going to sell it or something like that. Oh, we might... Oh, did you see that? Look at that. Did you see the yellow guy? He literally just swiveled on a dime right there and was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to attack this guy. Yeah, it's because he knows. He knows that I'm really, well, I have very bad one-handed weapon skill. Why are they both attacking me? Okay, that's kind of weird. That was kind of weird, at least. Thankfully, Mr. Vegetius decided to change his target. And that's obviously very much helpful. Oh, what? What? Did you see that? Why is my shield getting unequipped? Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna lose this. Don't worry. I'm not gonna lose this. Not in a million years. Okay? Because Vegetius does not know who he's dealing with. He's dealing with the guy that's the luckiest person ever. Because technically, I could have died right there. Could have died very quickly, but yes, thankfully, no, we're okay. Now, I hope they don't give us a bow. No, we didn't. Okay, because Agel would have absolutely murdered us. Ah, it's a rematch between me and Vegetius right here. Okay, hello there. Hello, vegetable man. Hello. Would you like a little bit of slicey action? Would you like to go in the stew, sir? Yeah, I don't know whether he wants to do that, but whatever the case, going to murder him nevertheless. He's got so much HP. Agel is actually still alive, surprisingly enough. I'd love to see him with a bow in this tournament, but I highly doubt we are going to get one. Usually they don't give you bow rounds, I guess, archery rounds. You don't really get those that much. So it's probably going to be not so doable. These guys are so defensive now. That's just Agel for you, I guess. Ah, nice. That was a nice hit right there. Nice, okay. Not too bad. Obviously, the main reason why I'm doing this is just for the renown, and also because I came to this town in an effort to try and find some decent gear, as well as potentially a good task, because, you know, getting a good task is definitely paramount, or tantamount, shall we say, not paramount, tantamount to actually us providing a decent amount of renown or influence, and then gaining cash at the same time and getting some decent experience for our troops. Wow. We've got some pretty hefty rounds going on here. We've got a lot of people that are just doing their utmost to defend against us. And they're doing a very good job at it, actually. Oh, no, never mind, not this guy. Okay, let's take him down. Let's take him down. Easy enough, right? Easy enough. There we go. Not too bad. Now we can hopefully deal with it. Nice. Little bit more. There we go. And one more hit, I think, should do it. Or maybe not. Yep, there it is. Nice. Alright, so unfortunately, we still don't have enough athletics skill to get the 100th level perk, but hopefully that is not going to take us too long. I would like to get into a relatively large battle, which means, you know what that means, we're going to be going over to a nearby nearby faction that is somewhat low tier, or shall we say somewhat weakened, and we're going to just take a quick look at who that might be. So as you can see right here, we got the Sclavenians. Obviously they only have one castle. They are probably the weakest that we could even imagine to find, so it may very well be a better idea for us to just leave these guys and then just immediately attack them. That could be a course of action that we could take, but then we're going to lose our mercenary status, which obviously is a bit of a problem. So I don't really want to do that. However, we could go up against the Picts. We could go up against them. As you can see, they are at war against the Western Roman Empire at the moment, which does mean that we have a small benefit as a result of that, which means that when we are nearby to Western Roman troops, then we don't have to really worry about it too much. So you know what? Let's take a look and actually see what this guy's all about, because maybe he has okay, let's have a look. Let me see. Okay, it's really, it's all the way over there. Oh yeah, it's all the way over there. Okay, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yep, I kind of thought that would be the case when I saw the name, because I used to play a game by the name of Dark Age of Camelot, and well, if you don't know, that is technically set in the British Isles, kind of, you know, it's kind of like a fantasy version of that kind of sort of thing, mythological, whatever. And so that's the point. There were Picts in that game, and so there you go. that's where I kind of remembered the name from. But otherwise, I am going to be stopping on my way there at each individual town that shows a little exclamation mark, because aha, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is the kind of thing that I really want to go for here. 778 gold. Wow, that's actually really, really good. And let me see here, swing speed. Okay, whoa, a whole 2% swing speed. Wow, they really know how to spoil me right here with these perks. That's for sure. Yes, look at that. How crazy. All right, let's make our way over to the next little town. If we do encounter any raiders, I am just probably going to do auto-resolves against them. I don't really see that much of a point in going in manually unless I want to get that last point in athletics. I guess it could kind of be somewhat useful, but to a degree, it doesn't really matter. We're going to be gaining that at some point in the future anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. And generally, if I do auto-resolve against these guys, we're going to have a much greater ability to level up our medicine skill. And that's something that I really like. Oh, hello. Wait a minute. We have a... Aha. Let me have a look-see here. Who's this? Okay, so this guy wants me to become a vassal. He is of the Huns. Ah, okay. Interesting. Right. Okay, let me have a look. Okay, so Archaeopolis. Where's that? Let's have a look. Okay, that's all the way over here. Wow, that is a very, very far distance. Why is he offering me to join? That's very weird. I'm not sure why he'd offer me to join. That's a bit of a suspicious turn of events, to be honest. Yes, I'm probably not going to accept that vassalage, to be honest, because if we take a look at the diplomacy screen, you can see here that the Huns have 9,000 total strength. I don't know why he would offer me any kind of position, but I don't know. Maybe he's I don't know. Maybe he's thinking of something that I don't really know of, or maybe he's just being a little bit stupid. Who knows? Alright, so there you go. That's the end of the Escort Merchant Caravan mission. As you can see, we just got the flat 8,000. I believe there are... I actually don't think that there is any additional cash that can be made from the Escort Merchant Caravan mission. I believe that that is the cap of how much you can actually get, which is really kind of sad. I'm not sure why that is, because the manual labor quest is a little bit different in that respect, because I've done that before, and I've obviously spoken about that before in this series, and the manual labor quest, I believe, is uncapped, and very much is just dependent on how many bandits you can give. However, there is a limit to how many bandits you can give, so there's also that. So I guess maybe there is a limit. I guess there is a cap, you know, because if you think about it, you know, you're not really going to be able to have a completely uncapped situation if your people are not allowing you to donate more. So that's maybe a thing. Anyway, let me actually just take a quick look here. So as you can see, this is actually a really, really nice bow. Unfortunately, not as good as I would like, so I'm probably not going to be using it myself, but I could give it to Agil if this is better for him. Let's have a look. This is slightly better for him. Okay, yeah, slightly better for him, so I am going to be giving him that. This U-bow I could use. Yeah. Oh, it's actually not as good. Well, it depends. It depends. The U-bow, actually, you know what? The U-bow is actually slightly better, but it cannot be used on a horse. For some reason, I thought it could be used on a horse. Okay, never mind. Not going to be using that then. But we do have some of these wonderful, wonderful bandits for us to fight, and there's a massive, massive contingent of them over here, so that's what we're going to do. Hello there. 112 versus 175. This is good. This is absolutely perfect. Actually, one of the best things that could have happened at this exact moment, because what we want to do is we want to prepare ourselves for our journey into Pictish territory. And if we are successful, we will hopefully have a significant enough power spike from these bandits, in the area that is, for us to actually stay in Pictish territory for a much longer period of time than you would otherwise think. And I think it could be exceptionally powerful for us. It could literally provide us with so much cash, actually, that we may not even need to worry about becoming a vassal that much. We might literally be able to become a vassal straight away, which is definitely the goal, you know, that is the goal, obviously. So let me actually just see if I can get a couple of extra headshots here. There we go. Oh, nice, friendly fire. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I love to do, isn't it not? Yes, yes, yes. Isn't it not? That's a double negative right there. Yeah, great. Anyway, I'm going to tell my infantry to charge in now as well. Let's just charge in here myself. We're going to be doing some pretty massive damage. And I think, you know what? I should probably have gotten off my mount, to be honest. I should probably have gotten off it. You know why? Because then I could have gotten that last point of athletics, which might have been pretty nice. We're getting some nice headshots, though, I've got to say. Some nice little head thrusts here and there. And that's always useful, you know? That's always useful because it always makes everything so much more satisfying. When you can give them head shots, you can actually do so much damage. It's really, really good. But sometimes maybe you don't want to do damage, and maybe you just want to have a satisfying time. And in which case, well, you know, you can do the same thing and, you know, just leave out the shots. But yeah, anyway, we can obviously make sure that everyone is not dead. There we are. And we do have a couple of people that are going to run away, but I really don't care about that. 27 influence is good enough for me, and a nice amount of influence. No, nice amount of renown as well is always nice. So let's actually just take a quick look here. This could be good. Let's just swap that around. Oh, this is better for him as well. There we go. And we have a fine spear here. Is this better than what we have? I actually don't know, to be honest, because on the one hand, I feel like maybe it's a good idea for the AI to have better reach, because they are much better when it comes to utilizing timing. The AI is really good at timing, so if you can give them something that is going to benefit, or shall we say, is going to amplify their good timing, then that is really good. That is really going to make a huge difference, or at least you know, that's the hope anyway. You know, that's the hope. Okay, so let me see. I actually did level up. So what do we want to go for? Well, I don't want to go for any more scouting skill. I guess athletics skill is probably going to be the next. Maybe leadership. Maybe leadership. I'm thinking right now leadership. I don't really want to do that, but yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. And yeah, I'm gonna say no to this fellow, so I'm just going to dismiss the request to become a vassal. I don't think that's going to be particularly anything that we're super interested in or anything like that, but yes, I think it's okay. I mean, it's fine, but it doesn't really give you a significant benefit. You know what I mean? Like, when you think about becoming a mercenary, for example, when you think about becoming a mercenary, what do you think about? You know, you think about how much am I going to be paid per influence point? That's what I think about, at least. When you become a mercenary, what do you think about? That's it, right? You think about how much am I going to be paid? If I am paid over 100 gold per influence point, that's usually pretty decent. You could always do better, obviously. You can always do better, dependent on who you're wanting to work with. And maybe there's a specific reason why you want to work with those particular people, because maybe the faction themselves are just people that you want to strengthen, you know? Like, for example, in my case, I decided to join these people because they were on the back foot, right? They were on the back foot, they're very, very specifically weakened, and I thought to myself, well, usually factions that are weakened, they're gonna be very receptive to providing you with a good deal, because they want assistance. They obviously want assistance, right? They want as much assistance as they can get their hands on because they want to survive. And if you can make sure that you capitalize on that as much as you possibly can, you're going to have a great time. Everything's going to be wonderful. You're going to be gaining so much cash over the course of your mercenary contract. You're going to be good. Everything's going to be fine. Like, for example, look at me right now. I'm running around. I am not having to pay my wages whatsoever, which is absolutely fantastic. We're gaining significant amounts of loot as well. I don't even have any roguery skills. So if you're a character that is actually focusing on roguery skill to a certain degree as well, then you are off to the races. I'm going to get myself some better arrows now as well. That's going to make a big difference in my opinion. And yeah, it's going to be really, really nice for you. Otherwise, we're just going to sell all of this. As you can see, I'm gaining another 21,000. And that is just purely because of these bandits. They are the thing that is pushing us forward here, making sure that we have so much cash that we really don't even have to worry. It's amazing. It's very, very nice. It's actually staggeringly good. Okay, so let's just buy a couple of these. There we go. Let's move on. I could go into an auto-resolve against these guys right now. I think I will do that just for the sake of my medicine skill. There we go. My medicine skill is now just activating a little bit, just getting me a little bit extra here and there. Getting some level ups as well is always useful. Let's not take those armed traders. The velvet is kind of nice, I guess. And we'll just go back here and just slap these guys in the ransom broker. There we go. Nice and easy. And we can also just drop off this stuff. Look at that. Another 10,000 instantaneously. Look at how much cash we're gaining just from engaging these random Bagauda guys. And, you know, they're really, really nice and simple. Ah, hello. Okay, so it seems like our faction has decided to declare war against the Vitians. Okay. I guess I'll take those as prisoners. Okay, so let me actually just have a look. Where are the Vitians? Where are they? They're probably going to be nearby, right? They could, yeah. Oh, it's the same people. That's hilarious. Okay, well, maybe I want to go over there then, because now that the war has begun once again, we may in fact have a really, really good chance at getting some actual vassal battles. Because obviously vassal battles, if you don't know, they're probably going to provide us with much more of a benefit than fighting these guys, right? They're going to get us a lot more experience. They're going to get us the potential for some executions, maybe, if we want to do executions, that is. Not sure if we really want to do that, considering a lot of the factions in this game, or should we say in this mod, have extremely powerful vassals, specifically vassals, and very, very strong hero units. So I'm not entirely sure if I really want to annoy everyone super badly, you know what I mean? So even if we do create our own faction, probably be a good idea to make sure that we, you know, err on the side of caution somewhat and make sure that we're not getting absolutely murdered by every single person ever. Ah, it seems like this fellow is actually providing us, yes, the Sclavenians are now offering us vassalage themselves, which is quite funny. Because I was thinking maybe that's what we want to do with this series, you know? Maybe that's what we want to do. Do we want to actually join the Sclavenians and be like, yes, we will be the phoenix rising from the, well, the proverbial phoenix, that is, rising from the ashes and attempting to assist the Sclavenians the most that we can. That is obviously the one thing that we could do, you know? That is indeed a potential for our actions here. We have Thalestris as well for the Sarmatians. I don't know where they are. Let me see. Sarmatians. Okay, where is she? I have no idea. Let me have a look. Okay, this is really far in... Oh, yeah. Oh, it's actually not even that far away. Hilariously enough. No, it's not that far away. You know what? I actually feel like it's going to be more exciting, or at least I think it's going to be more exciting, if we do the thing that I initially thought to do, which was to literally just join as a vassal with the original faction that we joined as a mercenary, you know? I think that probably seems like the most fun. I think that seems like the most fun, and generally seems like something that I personally believe might be quite interesting, because I haven't really done a significant underdog sort of thing like that in a while, apart from creating my own faction, of course. But in this way, we would have a bunch of vassals nearby. So we'd have some people that are actually going to help us, maybe, and then we'll see what we can do with that. Anyway, loyalty and honor is going to be the thing that I'm going to take here, even though famous commander is definitely, in my opinion, the way to go if you want to maximize your renown gain. But at the moment, what I personally think might actually, considering we're now getting into vassal battles, might be more valuable is being able to recruit prisoners that much faster, because you already have this. Look at this. Look at what we've got going on here. Stout Defender. This allows us plus 50% recruitment rate of tier 4 plus prisoners. And then you have Loyalty and Honor, plus 30% faster non-bandit prisoner recruitment. So that's plus 50%. This is plus 30%. And then we also have another, which is later on down the line here. I don't know where it is. Is it here somewhere? Where is it? There, yes. So plus 50% recruitment rate for ranged prisoners or infantry prisoners. You can decide on which one you want to go for later down the line. This is the reason why the leadership perk tree is really very, very useful in this specific regard. If you are thinking about taking a bunch of prisoners any day of the week, leadership is your perk tree to go for. It is so fantastic, just because it allows you to get them that much quicker. It's really, really fun. Anyway, we're probably going to have some issues here. Maybe I can actually level up my bow skill somewhat nicely here. Nice. Good headshot, good headshot. Don't get ki- No, Bruce. Really? Really, Bruce? Really? I was actually riding relatively quickly there, but apparently that was not good enough. We are going to achieve victory because these guys just don't have anything that can really defeat us, but we are going to sustain some pretty hefty casualties as a result. If I had survived, then obviously that would have been completely different. But 28 influence and 17 renown, I think that's pretty nice. I don't really care if we do lose anyone, to be honest, but in the grand scheme of things, what I really wanted to do was just level up my own character at that point. And me dying there was not great. Yes, not exactly fantastic, but it's fine, you know, it's okay. Look, there's a load of bandits around here. Loads of bandits around here, and I'm going to be auto-resolving against these guys. Just moving on. There's another party of bandits over here as well. So we are going to be fighting those in just a second. I just need to offload these prisoners. I kind of wish I had some points in roguery skill now, to be honest. And maybe that's going to be something that I'm going to respec for or something like that, because we obviously do have a point in two-handed and a point in tactics. And while tactics skill is actually kind of good, I believe that maybe someone in our party can actually do that. That might actually be the case. I actually don't know, because it says it's a personal skill, so it may very well be that you can actually do it. You know, that you can actually rely on one of your companions instead. Alright, so we got another fight against a massive contingent of bandits, and, well, we're hopefully going to do relatively well here. I'm talking mostly about my own kills, and hopefully get some nice bow experience. I would like some kills, actually. I would like some kills, so if I could just get some headshots. There we go, nice, nice, nice. That was a good one. It's a little bit of a weird shooting arc right now that I have to do, because I kind of have to aim the crosshair towards the ground a little bit in certain instances. And yeah, that's definitely making a huge difference to us. Okay, I'm just going to charge in. We're just going to charge. We're just going to go straight on in here, and that is going to be it. That is all we need to do. There we go. There's a nice little hit there. And then I'm going to switch over to my polearm. Nice. There we go. And there's the level up. That is what we like to see. All right. Now, bear in mind that obviously because we have the ability to now actually start getting kills, because we have enough riding skill, we have enough archery to be able to be somewhat effective on horseback, that has made all the difference to how, shall we say, viable using a bow on horse is. Because when you first begin, the accuracy penalty is so dramatic that it is probably one of the worst experiences you can have. But of course, that is the point. You know, you are supposed to feel as though you're not exactly, you know, proficient in that particular weapon, because you're just starting your journey, you know, you're just starting your adventure and all that stuff. So it really does make a big difference. Anyway, there's 22 renown, a decent amount of, actually, what was it, 22 renown? No, 22 influence, sorry. 22 influence, and yeah, otherwise a little bit of renown there as well. And we're just going to be taking all of this, I think. Oh, actually, wait a minute. No. We've got something. We've got some, we've got a tailored cloak. Okay, a tailored cloak. That's not too bad. I'll definitely take that. Thank you very much. And that's going to get me some, well, it's going to get me 0.1% increased damage reduction or something like that. I don't know, really, but, you know, from a perspective of, oh, yes, it gave me one in body armor. Yes, that's not really something that I particularly care about that much. But yes, look at that. We're gaining another 13,000. Look at how much cash we're making right now. It's actually insane. Let me see if there is a task here that I might be able to do, because there is a hideout. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe we... Oh, there's an escort merchant caravan mission. Okay, this is actually kind of perfect. We will decide to take that. So there we have it. Yes. Okay, so what we're going to do is I am just going to click over at the other town, because then we are going to be coming across any of the raiders. We're going to let the Begauda hideout stay up so that they can continue respawning bandits in this area, and that is, well, that is eventually actually going to make them repopulate that territory. And if we want to, we could then come back and we could start doing damage again to those forces, which would probably be a pretty good idea. Let's actually get another point in riding skill right here. I guess that seems like a decent plan. I do need to get another attribute point into endurance as well, and then we're just going to let these guys just go in there, and then we're going to be going to wait, where are we going? Aquila. Okay, there we go. Wait. Yeah, it's because I've got so many towns marked at the moment, because they're all randomly contacting me and stuff like that. I should actually get rid of Archaeopolis. Let me just do that. Oh yeah, me getting teleported all the way over there. That's great. I love that. Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, Alata as well. I think I can get rid of that too, and then we can just go back to where we are right there. There we are. Okay, nice. Not too bad. Yeah, because obviously we did get some vassalage, you know, earlier. We did get some vassalage offers and all that stuff. And look at these, look at these raiders. They are so funny. I'm not entirely sure what's even going on with these guys, to be honest, but they always seem to be a little bit strange. They seem to be making weird decisions. Ah, here we go. Wait a minute. They might actually, yes, they are actually, oh wow, never mind. Never mind. They got completely and utterly destroyed. Just from their own decision making. They just did not even bother to they didn't, they're not even trying, are they? They're not even trying, because you saw that they just literally you know, had the rings run around them by the caravan, because the caravan is obviously super, super fast on their feet, right? They're going to be traveling really, really quick. And obviously these guys, well, they had no idea that that was about to happen. And so, yeah, they could have easily intercepted them as well, because there's a bunch of bottleneck situations and various areas in that particular area, and it would have been super easy for them to do that, but not in this case, not in this case. We got some raiders here too, so we're just going to be attacking them. Going to go in for the nice little auto-resolve there. Western Roman peasants. Now, technically, these guys can become something, but I don't really see the point in taking them, to be honest. We do have some space, but we are currently in Western Roman territory, so if I do want a couple of their units, all I have to do is just go in here and then blah, 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 there you go. That's absolutely fantastic, you know, we just gain a bunch of recruits instantaneously, and they are already one tier higher than what we would have gotten if we had taken the peasants. So easy, right? Much, much easier for us to do it that way. It's actually much easier for us to do it at a place where we have decent amounts of relation, because if we have a good amount of relation, you're going to be getting a much higher quality of unit. And bear in mind that, oh, wait, we might actually have a problem here. The caravan almost got killed because I was not fast enough to catch up. That is hilarious. Okay, yeah, they're fine. That's it. Yeah, another 8,000, as you can see. That is indeed, I believe at least, I think that is the cap. I think that is the cap to how much the Escort Merchant Caravan quest can give you. Which is kind of sad, to be honest. I think that's kind of sad, but yeah, anyway, we're going to be making our way over to Vician territory, Vician, whatever, and we're going to be attempting to attack them a little bit. And look at my cash. I don't even know how much cash I started with in this episode, but I feel like I have gained so much just purely because we have come across so many of those Begauda bandits. They've really made a huge difference to our overall affluence. And I feel like, wow, I don't know. I don't think I would have been able to do this in normal gameplay. Not unless you started to attack, you know, enemy caravans and, you know, enemy whoever. Because without that, you're probably not going to be able to... Oh, wait a minute. I just gained Clan 2-3. Nice. How did I get that? I have no idea. I guess the renown that my caravan just earned from fighting that band of enemies, I suppose. That's probably the reason. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.